It hadn't been an easy life. Instead, it was a life full of dramatic shifts in experience. She doesn't know how she ended up that way, but as far back as she can remember, she had been living among the animals in the forests of her home planet, wild like the beasts themselves. It was hot, humid, and diseases ran rampant, and she built up an immunity to many of them, her body becoming adept at fighting off various microbial invaders. But after losing a fight with another animal, though not quite her life, she ended up on the edge of one of the rivers of stone, nearly crippled by her injuries, mewling in pain. She was found by one of the two-legged creatures that lived within the stone and metal hives they called the cities. A doctor who took her in, treated her injuries, and raised her from a teen and into her adulthood as a human once more. He named her Isolde. Isolde learned much of the trade of the surgeon from him. She studied and became a doctor in her own right. From there, she left her home and traveled among the stars between one plague-riddled world and another. This was the second major change in her life. She built her reputation by being unafraid to walk the streets and suburbs of the places where there were more sick and dying than healthy. Unfortunately for her, this is where she attracted the attention of the immortals. As her fame was growing, her sire came and embraced her without seeking any consent, bringing her into the dark world of the vampires. He taught her the basics of the skills of the Lasombra as they traveled together between the stars. She did her best to carry on her career, refusing to harm others, refusing to break her Hippocratic oath, save for the necessities of feeding. As they passed between destinations out near the rim, the truth of their identities was discovered. As her sire came out of cryptosleep, his assailants found him to be still capable of putting up a great resistance, even in his groggy state. The ferocity of his defense drew attention away from her as she was brought back to consciousness, and she took the opportunity to stumble away and escape. Running nude down the halls, trailing droplets of the viscous goo in which she had been resting, she made it to the escape pods and launched herself out into the void, aimed for one of the untamed worlds that writhed with violence on the rim. This was only the newest shift in her existence. Now she would have to adapt and survive once more. Hello friends, and welcome to Rimworld, a story generator by Titan Sylvester. As you may have guessed by the intro, we are starting a whole new colony here with a lot more roleplay. We have here Isolde Knightley, just landing in her drop pod upon the planet in this boreal forest. As you can see, it is still a little bit dark, but it will be getting light soon. Fortunately, we appear to be landing near a bit of a rock wall here we can build a roof off of to hide under. So we're going to do that first. There we go. Now we have shelter for when the sun comes up. Now Isolde, true to her nature, is going to be seeking to build a clinic here to treat the people of this world as she hopefully works up the resources to once again get off of it. Perhaps she'll even train people to carry on in her absence, or take them with her. She examines the surroundings, seeking somewhere that she could call home. Alright, so with Isolde undercover, we've looked around to determine where we're going to live. We're probably going to build right here. We have good soil for farming. We have water if we want to go fishing for any reason. Isolde can't. Actually, if we look at her bio here, you can see she's a vampire, of course. She was a jungle kid. Was a plague doctor, so she's incapable of violent, cooking animals, or artistic. She is a hard worker, so she works faster than most. She's steadfast, so has a lower mental break threshold. But she's greedy. She needs a good bedroom, which is going to be hard to come by out here. She's really good at medical, of course. A little good at intellectual, and a little good at crafting, but not really great anywhere else. Really, her medical is her best quality, and intellectual right behind that, and even that's kind of moderate. Isolde had been getting quite thirsty for vitae, and there was a herd of caribou just outside. So she began feeding from the herd, one by one, just enough to help slake her thirst. And as she fed from the final one, the entire herd turned on her. She managed to rush back to the home she's constructed, slam the door shut behind her, and repair it as one of the caribou tried to break it down. She's then locked it and is awaiting their quietening, waiting for them to settle. And as she does so, she rests in the sandstone coffin she crafted from the remains of a nearly shattered sarcophagi she'd found just to the north. A little more to do than wait. But she's still locked inside. She's managed to construct herself a research table, a research bench. From the materials she had already brought in, she has begun to research drug creation, drug production, so that she can begin to make her own medicine. When a scout from the nation of Kroka decides to visit. He's named Mole. Now, the nation of Kroka is a gentle tribe. They're currently neutral to us, slightly on the positive side even. So we don't want Kroka to hopefully get murdered by these caribou, but he's going to walk right into them. Two of them are quite badly injured. There's a moose that's dying over here from blood loss. It was attacked by a velociraptor, apparently. Most of the caribou have settled down. Hopefully these last two will before they come after Mole. You know what, we may have to go out and help. We're going to have to go out and help him. There we go. No. Isolde girds herself for combat with these animals. Have they settled? One remains. Using her vampiric powers, she mesmerizes it, stunning it. comes to assist him by feeding from it, hopefully knocking it down. Good. Okay, that's that. The caribou is unconscious. Okay. She decides to speak with Mole. See what he has. Very little. No, she lets him go on his way. She is working on these gardens. She's decided she must have cotton, heel root, and even some potatoes in case somebody like Mole drops by. He did witness us feeding. He's not happy about that. He knows what we are. He may forgive us, as we may have just saved his life. As she rests, a merkling has gone mad. It too will seek to kill her. The moment it's still daylight, she'll deal with it when the time comes. Now, as night has fallen, Isolde steps outside, ready to face the merkling. It hasn't quite noticed her yet. Here it comes. Feeding from it will kill the poor thing. At last, she's safe from it. Struggles of staying alive in this planet have awakened Isolde's blood. Her vampiric powers are growing stronger. Summer has finally arrived. Though Isolde hasn't been here very long. Once more, the caribou have become enraged by her feeding. So once more, she must flee to her home. They will knock her down. Shoot. She couldn't escape them this time. Still quite enraged. Hopefully they will wander further away. Let's go. She can heal herself a few more times, but she needs a break from these animals. Travelers from Xeo happen to pass by. The caribou are all chasing after them. This will kill the goose, but it will provide some much-needed blood at this point. Run. Caribou have turned back. Caribou have turned back. No, this one has made it inside. She feeds from it. Another is. Come in. She feeds from that one now. Hopefully the other won't batter the door down. No, okay. This will kill this caribou. They are dead. Zold can recover. The travelers have not yet been attacked, but they have weaponry. They'll be fine. They don't seem to realize the danger they're in. The caribou comes up and smashes one of them. They are armed. They're not taking chances with the remainder of the caribou. It's the only one remaining that's hostile. There. The problem is solved. Isolde tries to recover. Battered and bruised. But she will be fine. And some time has passed. She can thank her durable vampiric body for that. As she's sleeping, recovering from the attack by the caribou, a group of subjects from the Formiandus dynasty have arrived to attack. They're going to prepare for a while before coming after her. And the Formiandus dynasty is a hostile medieval faction. They're a hostile kingdom, I think is what it is. They're a medieval faction, and they cannot be improved. So no matter what, this guy will come after us, and even if we release him, it won't make things any better for us. Undergrounder. Psychopath? And neurotic. He can cook. He can't really build at all, but he can cook, and he's quite good at art. And perhaps most importantly, he can fight, but though he's not very good at that either. Isolde will wait. Here they come. It is now night. She can go outside safely. Here he comes. She's stunned him with her mesmerize and starts feeding on his blood. Again. And again. And again. He's still up. He's still coming after her. Finally, she's brought him down. Nearly filling herself, she's avoided being hurt by him. He's not in good condition, however. The only way she can see to save him is to bring him inside her own home, which is not in great condition at the moment. But thank you, Luke, for your blood. Doesn't really need, he's only been fed on by you, he doesn't need medicine. Thank you. Now, we will attempt to recruit him. Isolde is going to spend some time explaining to him that she is not the monster he seems to think she is. Isolde has managed to do some more construction on her home. She's moved her research table into this room now. She's moved Luke down in here, but he's just gone berserk. Probably because he's hungry. So Isolde had better get up and go deal with him before he breaks things. Stun him. Or not. Okay, feed on him. Continuing to feed on him. Good. Continuing to feed on him. Isolde has gained a level of vampirism. He's at moderate blood loss. What are your needs at? Oh, you're full. Okay, so we'll hit vampiric healing. And then feed. Thank you, Luke. Oh, shoot. He died. A tragedy. And so it is with a heavy heart, Isolde picks up Luke's body and carries it off to the grave she's just finished digging. If only he had listened and been more patient. Farewell, Luke. And with that, we're going to call it a day. So you have a good night, and we'll see you again here with Isolde.